Welcome back, YAH Royal family. Shabbat Shalom to each one of you. Well, today I'm going to get my day started even further. I've been up for a bit. I'm going to share about a dream journal that I started, and also about a video about Gregory speaking about John Brown. Share some more insights I did about some months back, but we're going to revisit it again. But before we get that done and started, I'm going to get my coffee break on. So stay tuned. Be back with you shortly. Dream journal. Around December the 23rd, during the last week of December, dream of someone which appeared to be a white male saying in my dream, January the 13th, as if it was significant. Once I woke up, I went looking for any history surrounding January the 13th. Nothing really stood out to me at that time. I'm not sure if something is forthcoming, which is just January the 13th or years from now. Not sure, family, but I just wanted to make a note of this, January the 13th. January 1, during this week timeline, well, this dream was about Chris Brown, and Chris Brown has always been one of my favorites as far as entertainer and dancer. I got really connected to him due to dancing and the business that, of course, that I, had throughout the years. It, revolved around dancers and singers and actors and so forth. So he was one that I really, adore at the time. And he was a part of building this tier using their bodies. It was like 4 men, and 2 was under Chris Brown. And but when one of the men appeared to be added to the tier, Chris Brown broke suit, seeing that he pulled out of it because it was painful. His face was filled of agony. And then, shortly the dream shifted to where Jeffrey Epstein was in the same location. But he came in, as those men that were surrounding him. And he fell on top of these men, but his mouth was open, like if, I didn't put this in there, like if he was gagging or he was trying to say something, but he was in agony as well. So that's all I recall from that dream. But also it appeared that it's like if Jeffrey Epstein was in a prior dream, before I, had dreamed about Chris Brown. Now, yesterday I had mentioned that I had like 5 dreams. These are not it, and this morning I don't recall any of it. Nothing surfaced for me to share on that, so I'm not sure why, but I had, a lot of, far as I recall then doing the dream, and I know one part of it was a romantic interest I had in the dream, and family, that's it, but it was more to that, but that part surfaced, I don't know why, but it was a romantic interest that I had. I don't know where and why, but anyway, we're gonna move on and tell them Almighty, want me to reveal more about that. Okay, so the dream I just had this morning, and this was just a snippet, family. I dream of 4 men seated in a line across a room. So they were seated in chairs, and they were seated across the room, like in a line. And I saw one got up and shot one that was the closest. Not sure where exactly on his body, but it appeared to be near his face or head. So the person he shot kind of rise up, and that was it. But it was like if they were being interrogated. So 4 men. So that was seated in a room, and in front of the men there were like one man in particular that I've seen where I recall seeing a body, but then there was one to the left side of the man who he shot. Did I say that right? The one he shot, there was a man to the left side, so that's who shot that man. And I don't know what that was about. I was literally listening to some a recording on a video, just talking about the latest things that are going on in the world, and I kind of went to sleep, and then that's when I woke up. But seemingly like I had that dream twice. It's like if the dream maybe that I was in the same dream and I woke up and then went back to sleep and went into the same dream, or either it felt like I had it twice, like there was a break in between, if you understand what I'm saying. So now with this my walk, in my spiritual walk with the Almighty through my life, I never really had dreams a whole lot. I've always been dealt with prophetically, when it comes down to giving a word to people. And so it was never really so much about dreams. And even now I'm not certain about a lot of dreams, because a lot of it I remember it in the midst of it, or remember when I first would wake up and I would just lay in my bed and just it just all will come through of what I had dreamed to whatever degree, or either I will get leeway with what I need to talk about that day with as a vessel to the Almighty's people, what I need to share, what was surfaced within me. So I was just often I just lay there and just take it all in. But I'm not sure if this is another direction the Almighty is taking me in, and having dreams and just having these little snippets. But I just wanted to make a note, so I'm going to start putting it in a journal and then sharing it as I'm led to. So there you go, family. I'll let you know if any further insights, or if anything that the Almighty have given you all, anyone out there, to interpret or to have anything you want to add, you're welcome to email me at yahroyalfamily@gmail.com, or either just put a note, message. Okay, family, I'm about to get me some more coffee, and I just added some water to your left side there. And as you see here, the flashing light means that it's ready to be made. So let's get it started. So I had this actual machine here for almost 3 years and really haven't been using it. We just started back recently using it. And this is the coffee that my daughter, she actually got 8 o'clock. No. So this would be the last box of this if it was left up to me. But of course, I normally get ones, far as in my, which is like, the old, not folk, is it? No, it's actually a Walmart brand. So while that is what it's doing, pretty unique. And I know I had one where I worked with AT&T, and this right here hold more, of course, more water, because I bought a smaller one, and I ended up giving that to my family, to do that 1 cup of thing, like when we go on vacation. So there it is, family. Getting ready to drink some coffee and sit down, cover about, which I'll share a video about Gregory, which is, I just had his name earlier. I can't seem to remember his name. Gregory. But I know John Brown. Dick Gregory. I don't know why I can't never remember his first name. But I'm going to share some information with you all. See you shortly. So family, so I'm sitting and about to get my drink on, as far as coffee. We're going to listen to a little bit of this video. It's coming from Al Jazeera, or Al Jazeera, I want to say. And Dick Gregory is on his show. Let's hear it. Let's listen out for it. Some great.
Before you have to put in a light, I've been jail for killing a black. No, but I don't want to miss this point because I think a lot of Americans don't understand the lack of trust, the lack of credibility of institutions, day-to-day institutions. And in years of working as a street reporter, I have had black people tell me they don't believe anything from the police crime lab, from the lips of the mayor, from the head of the school board. An alternate narrative comes from the street time and time again. Why? One of the things I see different in this, and I've been there all like I shot once, is you got black folks now saying this is a conspiracy. Why? Because the guy in New York, okay, right after the woman get beat up on the stage for the man. So they never seen him come this close. So they think it's more to what it is. Right now in Ferguson, there are people talking about recalling the mayor or replacing him in the next election, doing something about that 6%, 7% turnout among black folks in Ferguson. Is that part of the answer? It sounds like you have so little trust that even if they put in a new council, a new school board, a new mayor, that won't even be a help. If the president of the United States go to New York tonight by himself, unannounced, he can't get a cab. Most powerful man in the world. Now, the problem with that, they had a black mayor. This didn't change.
So I want to say he's talking about Obama. Let's check it out.
And the minute that cab pass you and you see it, pull them over just like they do when they give you a speeding ticket from and then suspend their license for 3
I'm
months.
on Obama. Couldn't even go to New York and get a cab.
Forever. You don't have to go through a whole bunch of changes. It's that simple. But look at how far the conversation, what we think of as the conversation, has come since you got into the struggle. Aren't we better off as a country?
No.
Not at all. Not at all. It's going from physical to mental. It's a mental thing now. The South have always said they don't care how close I get. But you can't own me as a slave and I'm not losing the same piece of land you live on as long as you don't get too big. Up north, they say they don't care how big I get as long as I don't get too close. And that's there. I mean, my hero, number one, would be John Brown.
John Brown.
Not Jesus.
He said not Jesus. That's what he said.
Sitting here now. He changed everything. With the greatest movement in the history of man is the abolition movement. Do you know black folk can belong to? These white folk will go out, kill for me, die for me. That was Frederick Douglass' biggest problem. He couldn't be part of the abolition movement because they say black folks are too childlike. That hasn't changed yet. Still the same. So even Frederick Douglass, friend of some of the most prominent Americans of his day, a co-signatory of the Seneca Falls Declaration, one of the most stirring writers of the second half of the 19th century, taught himself how to read when he got out of slavery. He couldn't belong. He couldn't belong. And the reason the whole thing changed is John Brown. December the 2nd, where I co-nighted is Charleston, Virginia. The tree that they hanged is still there. I just go hug the tree. They've tried him since. And so on the 2nd, when they hanged him, I go to that courthouse, right when he walked to the street, turn left, walk 3 blocks, turn right, walk 3.5 blocks, and there's the tree. Okay? And what does he say? He said, you got anything to say? Go ahead. If what I'm hanging for, and I'm not for rich white folks, I'd be your hero. But last night I talked to God. God told me to take it. The Negro slave is going to be free, but it's going to be the biggest blood bath in the history of the planet. He was right about that. Yet we don't teach much about John.
So I want to pause right there.
Whether we're teaching early
So they're right. They don't teach about John Brown. They just don't. He was a white man who got hung just like a black man wanting to abolish slavery. He even, did a lot with Harriet Tubman. So when I hear Gregory says that, John Brown, he would put that before Jesus Christ, I'm pretty sure he's speaking of the fake, the one that they have shoved down our throats. See, we have never known our true Messiah, just like we never knew our really Almighty, because we were so much wanting to learn about their God, their which they call their Messiah. I don't want you all to miss this point. The next thing that was said was that God, the Almighty, told him that the slaves will be free. And that was like in 1885. I'm sorry, not 1885, 1850 something, right? And then, of course, in 1862, around that time, that's when the Civil War was. And I might have my dates off a bit. And then that was the bloodbath. But I don't think that's the bloodbath that the Almighty's speaking of. Because, see, we're not really completely free. According to the 13th Amendment, we're not free. According to the Emancipation Proclamation, we're not free. I believe that when it says that the world would see, I'm just looking at, a civil right, far as the war that had happened. Maybe it was a Revolutionary War. It was like 620,000 of them died from just a famine, like a disease that struck them on the battlefield. So that is not talking. I believe truly that what John Brown was talking about, what the Almighty told him, was something that was going to be significant across this whole earth. The whole earth would see. It says that no one has ever seen before. So I wanted to point that out. So again, I just wanted to share this segment with you all. I'll share a link that you can click on. You can look up John Brown, yourself, and look further more in details, because the more and more, I'm reading, a lot of them, not giving him any credit, because, he wasn't for them. He was for the so-called black people. So family, that's all I have at this time. Thanks for tuning in to another video blog of a princess of YAH, princess of YAH royal family. Thanks again, family. Shabbat Shalom. Blessings.